Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And a very good day to all of you. My name Samsul. As usual, don't forget to like and subscribe my channel, inshallah. Today, we will talk about easy step developing a rubrics. A rubric for assessment is usually in the forms of metrics or grades, and is a tool used to interpret and grade work against criteria and standards. And rubrics are sometimes we call as a criteria sheet, grading schemes or scoring guide. And the rubric usually we design based on the learning outcome domains or the content domains that we are looking at. What is rubrics? Rubric is a tool comprising a set of criteria with possible levels of performance, quality on the criteria, and we develop the rubrics to assess any kind of student works to make sure that we can see the attainment and also the achievement. While conducting an alternative assessment, rubric play an important role. So we need to understand what are the benefits of rubrics. If we can see here, the point number 1, the use of rubrics to support authentic assessment by communicating the expectation to improve the learner's performance. How to improve the performance of learners? By providing an informative feedbacks and to ensure that we can promote thinking and also learning in our process. The use of rubrics is actually not only to grade the students but also to ensure the fairness in assessment. What is the issue and challenges in rubric assessment? When learning outcome relates to higher level of cognition, for example, evaluating or creating, assessment designer can find it difficult to specify criteria and standard with the exactitude, and this can be particularly issue in the disciplines or activity required creativity or hard to measure capability. It can be challenging for designer to encompass different dimensions of learning outcome, especially when we talk about cognitive, psychomotor or affective, within the specific criteria and standard. Performance in the affective or psychomotor domain in particular can be difficult to distinguish according to the strict criteria and standard. Assessment rubrics are inherently indeterminate by standard 2009, particularly when it comes to translating judgment on each criterion of an analytics rubric into a grade. Breaking down the assessment into complicated, detailed criteria may increase the marking workload for the staff or may lead into the distortion grading decision or student becoming over-dependent on the rubrics or less inclined to develop their own judgment by creating or contributing to the creation of the assessment rubrics. Anatomy of rubrics. There are two types of rubric used in assessing student performance and skill set. Analytic rubric have a several dimension with performance indicator for level of achievement in each dimension. However, when we talk about holistic rubric, is to assess the whole task according to one's skills and are appropriate for less structured tasks such open-ended problems or creative product. In this context, what makes analytics and holistic rubric is different. Analytic rubric is look at progress and intervention by having diagnostic of the student's learning process. However, holistic rubrics is looking at attainment and performance to ensure the individual achievement. In this video, I will share with you easy step developing a rubrics. Step number 1, we need to define the purpose of learning tasks. Number 2, choose the rubric types. Number 3, define the criteria. Number 4, design the writing skills. And number 5, write the performance criteria. So let me to show you there are some examples of the rubrics that we can design for our course. This is one example of rubrics for one courses and for one learning outcome, in which I choose here is cognitive skills. The sub-skill that I'm looking at is idea developments. The sub-skill was explained, a standard that described the desired performance, and rating scale show the difference for each descriptor performance levels. Here is the examples of the full rubrics of my course with the learning domain cognitive skills and 3 sub-skills that I'm looking at. The question is how to ensure fairness. Include students in developing an assessment rubrics will help students to understand better about the assessment criteria. Provide the assessment rubric for a task to students early, and it will increase the values as a learning tools. You can distribute the rubrics in the task briefing or in the guideline presentations. This will help students to understand the task and allow them to raise any concerns or questions about the task and how it will be assessed. As an educator or assessment designer, design a rubric is not an easy task. By having a teams or peer look at our rubric will give us more input to improve our rubrics. And I think that's all for today. Inshallah, we'll see you in the next video. Assalamualaikum and have a good day.